Welcome aboard, everybody. Today is Yom Kippur. It's Leonard's day to repent for all of the things that he did wrong in his life. No, just for the last year. He's got a lot of them, though, believe me. Anyway, this is Andrea here for you. And here to talk about last night's game. Game 4. Oh, George, thanks for joining us. Greg, thanks for joining us. Aloha. This is a great day for everybody because Kevin Hastings is on a plane, or he might be sitting at the LA airport right now. We're about to go pick him up at Phoenix Airport in about 3 hours and counting. We do have to take a trip to the quick car wash to vacuum out the crumbs, and really looking forward to hanging out with Kevin, taking him to In-N-Out, going to a sports bar, watching some playoff games, and he's got 2 more hours at LAX. So, Kevin, can't wait to see you, dude. You're one of our favorite people. We're so lucky to have found you, somebody who loves baseball as much as we do, and George, too, another guy who loves baseball as much as we do. George is also Jewish today, but he says he only gets half a day to repent for his sins. I don't even know if it's repenting for sins. It's just a good day to think about things, think about what you could do better, think about how grateful you are in life, and we all think that's a good thing, so we try to do that every day. Welcome to DK Lush. Nice to have you. Kevin is George's favorite guy that ever lived. In fact, George said the other day that he gets physically excited about Kevin. So whatever that means, you know, George is he's not Jewish. George is not Jewish, but he wishes that he was. So let's just pretend you are then, because it's really all about what it's what you perceive yourself as. Your identity is Jewish. Okay? George says that Gabe Kapler should get into WWF wrestling. And I'll just forget the rest of the stuff that George says. But anyways, good morning to everybody, and welcome to this recap of yesterday's game. What an exciting game for Tampa. What an exciting game for baseball. The Tampa Bay Ray fans, I don't know where they've been all year, but they were out in crazy numbers yesterday, all cheering, all excited, and baseball is so much more fun to watch when everybody's all pumped up and excited. And Verlander, whoa! Yesterday, Game 4 of the American League Division Series, and you know, on this day, was it today or yesterday? It was yesterday. Yesterday, in 1956, you're going to appreciate this, George. In 1956, yesterday, Leonard knows for sure that he came home from 4th grade for lunch, and his mom said, "Do you want to stay home and watch the World Series game?" And he remembers this specifically because Don Larson pitched the only perfect game in postseason history on that day in 1956, which is yesterday. So that's pretty fun. Verlander actually entered yesterday 8-0 in the postseason, and that's more wins than any other pitcher in baseball. They didn't used to have these postseason games, so I was telling Lenny, maybe that's only active pitchers, but he said no, that's probably true. 8 wins, 8 postseason wins, more than any other pitcher in baseball. Yesterday, a potential clinching game for the Houston Astros, and up through yesterday, entering yesterday, Verlander had pitched 25 2/3 innings and gave up 3 runs in the postseason. 25 2/3 innings, only 3 earned runs. Last night, he threw 57 pitches through 2 innings. He didn't throw his 57th pitch until the 5th inning of Game 2 when he threw 100 pitches. His 57 pitches through 2 innings are his most through 2 innings pitched, including the playoffs, since June of 2017 against the White Sox, when he had 66 pitches through 2 innings. He 32 pitches in the first inning. It's the most he's thrown in a first inning. We already said that, since 2017. Yesterday's line for Verlander, 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks. You never see walks from Verlander. He walked G-Man Choi twice. Almost walked him 3 times, but they yanked him out, and he struck out 5. He threw 84 pitches total, 52 of them were strikes. His usual velocity was still there, but his command was not. It's the second time in Verlander's 84 starts with the Houston Astros that he didn't make it through the 4th inning. That's right, only the second time since Verlander has been a Houston Astro that he didn't make it through the 4th inning. The other time was in August of 2018, and that was against the Mariners. He never did that in a postseason start, obviously. There was a rain-suspended American League Division Series in 2011, but that obviously was because of the rain, and it wasn't because he was yanked. Yesterday he was yanked, and after he threw, well, we'll talk about that in a second. I don't want to get out of order on my notes here. So let me have a sip of coffee. I'm on my 3rd cup. It's decaf now because they only give you 2 regular cups at the hotels. Okay? So hold on. I told you he threw 100 pitches in Game 1. Not one of those was hit with an exit velocity over 100 miles per hour. Yesterday, he gave up 4 balls in play at over 100 miles per hour exit velocity in just the first inning alone, you guys. Just the first inning alone. In fact, it's tied for the most 100-plus miles per hour batted balls that he's allowed in any inning tracked by StatCast since 2015. Including the postseason. And he's done it just 2 times before, and we already told you it wasn't since 2017. After the home run in the first inning, the Rays they walked, they got a single, another single, and then they hit a double. And that's just not normal Verlander. He allowed 66 runs this entire season. And just 21 of them were on non-home runs. So we already know that Verlander has given up a lot of home runs. This season. Let me check in with the chat room. Hola, Phil Chappie, nice to see you. White Sox Al. And the rest of the crew, same. So yeah, the Rays, a home run, a walk, a single, a double. Whoa. 66 runs allowed on the season, 21 of them on non-home runs. So in Game 1, he threw 33 pitches out of the strike zone in 7 innings. Last night's game, he threw 23 out of the strike zone in 2 innings. Wow. Tampa Bay was up by 3 after the very first inning. So, they talk about all the announcers, Big Papi was there last night. So nice to see Big Papi back. I swear he was a little slow at first. I thought maybe, okay, he's probably on pain medicine. But then I saw Girardi. The guy looked totally stoned with his red eyes. Not that I have a problem against smoking weed. Everybody knows I don't. But Girardi, I was like, what? Girardi, your eyes are so red. Anyway, Girardi did a great job. A-Rod was there, always doing a good job with Big Papi. The 2 odd couple, the Red Sox, the Yankee. And it was just nice to see. So that was fun. Let's see, where am I at? Where am I at, Leonard? I'm in Phoenix. Waiting for Kevin Hastings to arrive. Can't wait.
What is the cover to the Chinese food?
Lenny wants the cover to the Chinese food. Probably in the garbage.
Which garbage?
Probably in the kitchen. Okay. Use your, critical thinking skills here, Leonard. Narrow it down. All right. The Rays scored 3 or more runs. Okay, listen to this. The Rays are the first team to score 3 runs against Justin Verlander in the first inning of a postseason game. And the Rays scored 3 or more runs in the first inning 5 times this season, entering yesterday. That was entering yesterday, so now we could say it's happened 6 times. And they were 5-0 in those games. Now they're 6-0 in those games. So league-wide, teams were 208 and 42 with an .832 win percentage in those situations when they scored 3 or more runs in the first inning. Irwin, our friend Irwin, Lenny's friend Irwin, who did the very first fantasy baseball show with Lenny, he told us the other day that Verlander always looks up to the sky when he's frustrated, and we looked for that last night, although we might have been a little late when we first started looking for it, because I think Lenny mentioned it to me in the second or third inning, and who knows how many times he looked up in the first inning. But that's something to look at. And also, I heard one of the announcers say that when he gets frustrated, he uses his curves. When his slider isn't working, I really did feel like I saw a big change coming. About pitch 65, when he shook off Robinson Chirinos, like, harshly, he was like, I mean, it looked like he was pissed off. He basically said, absolutely not. I'm doing it my way. He struck out Joey Wendell, and I really thought right then was going to be a big change. I said, Verlander's coming back in the next inning, and he is going to be on fire. He's going to be like the Verlander that we know, and it didn't really work out because then this fan favorite, everybody loves G-Man Choi. I mean, you don't even have to watch the game for more than 10 minutes to know how popular this little pudgy guy is. The only person that's pudgier than G-Man Choi is Leonard. But when it came down to it, G-Man Choi took care of business. Like I said before, he walked twice on Verlander, and you never see Verlander walking guys. And so he also, like, when it came time for him to hustle, he hustled around the bases. He hustled home. It's looking like me running around the bases. I mean, I have nothing against pudgy people at all, but G-Man Choi has these little cheeks. You just want to squeeze him like he's your grandkid, like like you're his nana. You just want to squeeze his little cheeks. He's always smiling. He's always having a good time. People with big banners saying G-Man Choi is a fan club, and when he gets up to bat, the whole Tampa Bay Rays audience is like, G-Man Choi, G-Man Choi. They're so excited to see G-Man Choi, and he just has this huge smile. And, he's like Puig. He makes baseball fun again. And by the way, we met, while we've been here, we've met lots of people that work for different MLB teams, including a guy that works for the Cincinnati Reds. And he was talking about Yasiel Puig, and I think I'll share this little story with you because I think that Puig gets a bad rap a lot of times because I don't think that he fit in culturally, socially. Like, all countries and cultures, they have different ways, like personal space. In China, they stand really close. Everybody's up in your personal space. Here in America, we like a little bit of, we don't like people up in our face yelling at us or talking to us too close. I think that Puig is he was so aggressive, and he's got this very boisterous personality, and I really do think that he got the raw end of the media outtake on him. So a guy was telling us that works for the Cincinnati Reds that his wife had breast cancer and she was going through treatment, and her nurse was a huge Yasiel Puig fan, and he told Yasiel Puig what a fan she was, and Yasiel Puig signed a ball, and he said, here's my phone number, text me when she gets the ball, take a picture. And so the guy did, and Yasiel Puig was just the nicest person. The lady cried. She was so excited to get the ball, and he said that Yasiel Puig is one of the nicest characters that he's ever met. I asked him how Bauer was. He said he didn't have a chance to meet Bauer. Bauer could be, who knows where Bauer's going to end up. He got a show on Sirius Radio, though, so maybe he'll come on our show this next fantasy season. That would be something to look forward to. I hope he's nice. I really don't know if he is, you guys. I hope he is, but we'll see. Anyways, G-Man Choi, big fan favorite in Tampa, and rightfully so. The guy's always smiling. So anyway, he comes up for I don't know if it was the third time up, but it was about to be the third time that Verlander walked G-Man Choi. And when Verlander threw the third ball to G-Man Choi, that's when he got yanked. They weren't going to let him walk G-Man Choi 3 times, and so, that'll go down in history as one of the shortest outings for Verlander. I never saw Kate. I hope Kate was there. I never saw her, but Lenny and I were making bets on when we would see her in the audience, and we never saw her. So if any of you guys saw Kate, let me know. So then you got Diego Castillo, who Tampa Bay, you just got to give this guy, what's the manager's name in Tampa? Cash. Cashman. Cashman's in Yankees. Cash. Dave Cash, Norm Cash, Tom Cash, Danny Cash, whoever Cash. Great manager. Just great manager. Obviously, look what he's done. You got to give him credit for this. And to start against the Houston Astros in what could have been a clinching game. Starting out with Diego Castillo as the opener. This guy has a 98.2 miles per hour exit velocity. I gotta say, this guy, amazing last night. Let me tell you, he's got the fourth fastest average fastball velocity in Major League Baseball. And that includes all pitchers who threw a minimum of 500 pitches. So he really does have excellent stuff. 8 fastballs in the first inning. They were 97, 100, 98, 98, 98, 99, 99, and 99. And then he comes through with this crazy slider at 88 miles an hour. So it's 88 to 90, and you know that has some serious movement on it. It's just, the guy took care of business. And the Tampa Bay Rays were so good at ground balls. They were so good at inducing ground balls yesterday. Of course, Brian Yarbrough came in for an inning or two, and nothing went out of the infield. Maybe they did go out of the infield. I don't know. That is not a fact. But from what I saw, and I watched pretty good between switching through between that and TLC channel, watching Outdaughtered. Okay, any of you watch Outdaughtered with your wives? I know it would only be if you're forced to, but it's about these 5 twins, 5 quintuplets, whatever it is. Okay, anyways, 88 mile an hour slider, that, and a bunch of really fast fastballs. The Astros only faced a 4-run deficit or larger at any point in the 25 times in their 162 games this regular season. It says that Astros only faced a 4-run deficit or larger at any point in the game 25 times in their 162 games this regular season. That's the fewest in MLB. Nick Anderson comes in. This guy, another one, just another middle relief guy, comes in since joining the Rays. 91 batters he's faced. 46 strikeouts and 16 hits. 1 unintentional walk. 1 in 91 batters. 1 unintentional walk. So that's pretty crazy. The Rays. Let's talk more about the Rays. This year's Astros-Rays series marks the 15th time a team has gone down 0-2 to a team that won 105 or more games during the regular season. None of the others came back to win the series, and only one other team came within a win of clinching. And that was in 2004 National League Championship Series, Houston versus St. Louis. When was the last time the Rays have won back-to-back home games in a postseason series? When was the last time? I'll give you some time to answer that. Is a trivia question. Trivia. Okay? So, when was the last time the Rays have won back-to-back home games in a postseason series? That was the American League Division Series in what year, people? Entering tomorrow's game in Houston, the Rays have won 4 straight potential elimination games on the road, dating back to 2010. These guys are going to beat the Astros out of the playoffs, and it is going to be a sight to see, okay? Because then they have to face the retarded Yankees. The retarded Yankees. Ooh, can't stand it. I don't care who wins this. I just want them to beat the Yankees. I think it's scary rooting for Tampa Bay against the Yankees. It's scary to say, I hope Tampa Bay beats the Houston Astros because I think they have a chance at beating the Yankees. It's scary to say that because I don't think they have a good chance of beating the Yankees, but I certainly don't think that they had a good chance of beating the Astros. But when the momentum is going in your direction and you have that real momentum that this team has, they are pumped up. So I was like talking to Lenny and we were playing a game. I said, you name baseball managers and I'll put them with what team they are because I feel like I'm lacking in that piece of knowledge. I feel like I can't name all of the baseball managers for every team. So I said, you name managers, I'll name the team they're on. And we went round and round with that. And then I said, I'm going to name all of the players, and I'm going to start at first base, second base, shortstop, third base. I'm going to go all around for the Houston Astros, no problem. Then I hit Tampa Bay, and I'm like, I can't even name their outfielders. I don't even know who their outfielders are. I'm like Kevin Kiermaier, Joey Wendell. I don't even know where he plays, maybe third base. But I don't know, the shortstop. Like, they're not, I don't think that they're well known. They get up to bat. It's G-Man Choi. I know he's at first base. But you think about it. You know Altuve's at second base for the Houston Astros. You know that Correa is playing shortstop. You know that Bregman plays third base. But who are these Tampa Bay Rays? They're just not that well known because they just seemed mediocre all season long. It's the management, it's the pitching, it's the ground balls that they induce constantly. And right now, it is seriously momentum that is pushing these Tampa Bay Rays back to Houston. They're going back to Houston, so that's really the scariest part about it, because having home field advantage is quite something. When all your fans are rooting for you and everybody's screaming G-Man Choi, that is momentum there. And it is so much more fun to watch baseball when the fans are so excited. So, the Astros only faced a 4-run deficit or larger at any point in the game 25 times in their 162 games this season. That's the fewest in MLB. 5 home runs for the Rays in this series. Astros, only 3 home runs. Right? 5 home runs for the Rays, 3 home runs for the Astros. They were looking so beat yesterday. This is what I'm talking about, momentum. When you look at the faces of these Astros hitters, you look at Altuve, you look and you watch him strike out, and you're like, wow, you never thought that this is possible to strike out this many Astros like this. You just didn't think it was possible for them to hit so many ground balls in the infield. And these Tampa Bay Rays just decimated their hopes yesterday. They were not going to be able to get hits because psychologically they were completely owned by the 5th inning. Completely owned. And it didn't change after that. Wiley Adames, which position does he play? Do you know, Leonard, what position he plays? Shortstop. There's the shortstop for the Tampa Bay Rays. He threw out a runner at home in the top of the 4th. Then he homers to lead off the bottom of the 4th. And he's the first player in MLB playoff history to throw out a runner at the plate and then lead off the next half inning with a home run. He just looked excellent. Joey Wendell looking excellent. These guys you never see. I have to admit, though, Kiermaier's kind of handsome. So is George Springer. These 2 kids, they're handsome. They could be my kids, but they're still handsome. Eye candy is what our friend from Texas says at the Arizona Fall Leagues. You'll meet her. So today, Kevin gets to meet our friend Robin, gets to meet however many friends we could introduce him to. I can't wait to get Kevin at the airport in less than 3 hours, people. 3 hours, Kevin will arrive in Phoenix and gets to pal around with us for the next weekend. It'll be fun. Okay. The Astros have homered in 29 consecutive games, including last night, right? Did they get a home run last night? I guess they must have.
You said you watched the game.
I did watch it, but I didn't see the Astros hit any bombs. Who hit it?
Adames.
I thought he's a Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Willie Adames is a Tampa Bay.
Chirinos hit a home run.
Chirinos hit a home run. Was that before or after Verlander scolded him on the mound? Because seriously, Verlander scolded Chirinos like I've never seen a pitcher scold a catcher in my life. That's when I thought the game was definitely going to turn around for Verlander. When he scolded Chirinos and struck out Joey Wendell, I was like, it's on for Verlander. But it didn't. It didn't come back. Aroldis Chapman, going back to the Yankees. This is an interesting story. Aroldis Chapman is just clutch. We all know he's clutch. There's nobody more clutch in baseball than Aroldis Chapman as far as closing out games. And we know this, especially in the postseason. But yesterday he said that he had to ice his hand. Was that his pitching hand? I don't know, but he got hit with a champagne bottle in the celebration when the Yankees swept the poor Twins. The poor Twins just get swept out of the playoffs every time. It's almost like they don't even deserve to go to the playoffs anymore. They just get swept out every single time. Aroldis Chapman said he needed ice on his hand. He was hit with a champagne bottle. Can you please be careful with the champagne bottles, people? I mean, people get hurt and stuff. So, and especially, do you remember the one? I think it was Kendrys Morales. Was it Kendrys Morales coming around, broke his foot because he was jumping celebration and so excited? These celebration jumps that they do that look like 2-year-olds, look like the outdaughter kids. Okay, Hazel. Anyway, Aroldis Chapman, he said but he also says that he's no longer wearing a bandage and he feels fine. So not only did he ice, he had a bandage on. Did he get cut? I don't know. Why else would you wear a bandage? Anyway, he says he feels fine. Of course he says he feels fine. The guy got hit in the face by a line drive and said he felt fine. And he did feel fine. That's how tough this guy is. He's a monster. He's scheduled to go to the gym and have a full workout today, so we'll be keeping our eyes and ears. What would the Yankees be? What would their chances be without Aroldis Chapman? I don't know. They have a pretty good bullpen, but if they have to face the Tampa Bay Rays and all of their bullpen guys, they might have something else in store. So Snichter, this is one of the managers I couldn't place. I was trying to put him on the Reds. I was trying to put him on the Rays. I was trying to put him everywhere, but he is the Atlanta Braves. He says he's thinking about putting Adam Duvall in the lineup tomorrow. Braves. Why in the world hasn't Adam Duvall been in the lineup yet? George, this guy is your number one playoff cat. He's your number one guy in the playoff league, in the Legends playoff league. And I just read that he is thinking about putting Adam Duvall in the lineup. Is this guy this bad at fielding that he can't even get in the lineup? He's a pinch hitter. He might have the best stats of anybody in the postseason hitting. He might. In fact, somebody said Malpal said he would trade Cody Bellinger for Adam Duvall right now. And George said, of course I'll do it, but you shouldn't do it. Because maybe that's it that you'll see out of Adam Duvall. I guarantee if you traded him, that would be it. If you traded for him and you traded away a guy like Cody Bellinger, you might be sorry that you did that. Although the Dodgers are in trouble too. This is a great series for me. I'm having a great time with it. Leonard Melnick is sitting here sleeping. He's ready to go to the car wash. We're going to pick up Kevin. I'm going to get some food, but Lenny can't eat all day. That's it, kids. That's it. I don't have a lot else to talk about, although I will go over a couple of these great stats from the Arizona Fall League. Let's look at the pitchers. I know that Lenny hasn't really been looking at the pitchers that much, but here's what we got here. This is for hitters. Let's look at pitchers. For the most innings pitched, we're looking at 14, 16 innings, so you're not looking at a huge sample size here, but you could say that is this year? Forrest Whitley? I haven't seen him at all. He's playing for Peoria Javelinas. He's pitched 14 innings and he's got 20 strikeouts. His whip is .70 and his ERA is .63. So when Lenny says that nobody's stepping off the page for him, maybe that's only because we haven't seen him pitch, but he certainly is getting it done. Unlike he did in the regular season in the minors, he is back at the Arizona Fall League, and I look forward to watching him pitch because he's got 20 strikeouts, the most in the Fall League so far, and his ERA is under 1. Very good stuff from Forrest Whitley here, playing for the Peoria Javelinas. We did see not his counterpart. We did see Gerardo Carrillo pitch. He's pitched 14 innings with 15 strikeouts. He kind of reminds me of, he's got like this late leg kick when he releases the pitch. And so it's pretty fun to watch these guys. I mean, I didn't realize Forrest Whitley was here, but that's a good thing. For the most strikeouts, 20 strikeouts. Let's see who else we got. Connor Siebold. He's only pitched 12 innings. He's got 18 strikeouts, a .58 whip, and a .75 ERA. Like I said, we don't have a lot of innings pitched to go with here for the strikeouts, or for the pitching stats in Arizona yet. Probably won't really throughout the entire Arizona Fall League because they throw so few innings that it's really hard to make serious judgments. In fact, 2 years ago, we were here watching Max Fried, and he was striking out crazy numbers of batters, and he would go late into games, but a lot of times they take him out in about the fourth inning. They take the starters out and put in another guy to give him a chance to pitch. So definitely be looking forward to watching Forrest Whitley. What else? Let's look at the hitters now. Let's look at the home run hitters. 5 home runs for Greg Deichmann, Mesa Solar Sox right fielder, batting 298 with a 382 on base percentage, 1 stolen base. 4 home runs for Joey Bart. Nolan Jones has 4 home runs. Royce Lewis, we talk about a lot, 3 home runs for him. He's batting 375 in 48 at-bats. Also steals some bases, so 3 home runs and 3 stolen bases for this guy, Royce Lewis. He's on the Surprise River Rafters. Is that right? Surprise River Rafters is their name? It's kind of nice this year because they're sharing ballparks. There's 2 ballparks that are closed down this season. Surprise is closed and Scottsdale is also closed. So it makes it easier to travel around to the games. Joe Adell, 2 home runs, 2 stolen bases. Lenny says he jumps off the page. I mean, he's got 60 at-bats. He only has hit 2 home runs. He's only stolen 2 bases. So I could say that Joey Bart's got 4 home runs, and Nolan Jones has 4 home runs and a stolen base. Royce Lewis, I love to find guys with stolen bases and power. So it's pretty much Royce Lewis here with 3 and 3 in 48 at-bats so far this season. I love this Vidal Brujan that Lenny never talks about, but I always try to get him to talk about. He's only got 2 home runs, but he does have 3 stolen bases, and he's batting 316. Write his name down for sure. It's Brujan. Vidal is his name, and he looks excellent at the plate. Arnie told us about Bubba Thompson, who loves dill pickle sunflower seeds. I took a video of Bubba Thompson at bat just the other day for Arnie and sent it to him. He has 2 home runs and 3 stolen bases so far in 43 at-bats. He's hitting 279 with a 392 on base percentage, so he is definitely somebody to watch in the Arizona Fall League. And you know, my boyfriend Seth Beer, how can you not love Seth Beer? He doesn't do anything great, but he does hit for average. He's got a 378 batting average and 37 at-bats, but only 1 home run and no stolen bases. He's not excellent on the base path. He's not excellent at, I mean, he's got a good batting average, but it's what have you done for me lately in fantasy baseball. Jaron Kendall, he looks pretty good at the plate, but not according to his batting average. Maybe I just like him because I think his dad is Jason and his dad is Jerry. I'm not sure of this either. I always try to put players together with the same last name, like Encarnacion. One guy's name is Gerard Encarnacion. He's got 2 home runs. He's batting 294. Is he related to Edwin? Why do I think that? Just because they have Encarnacion as their last name. There's also a guy named Devers. Somebody Devers. Is this guy related to Raphael? I haven't taken the time to look, but for some reason, I have a feeling that Jaron Kendall is related to Jason Kendall and his dad, Jerry. So let me just live in my fantasy land over here, and we'll just pretend, okay? What if I said Jose Garcia is related to which Garcia? Avicel? Luis? There's like a million Garcias, okay? All right. Whatever. I'm ignorant, so what are you going to do? Let me check the chat room. Say hi to everybody. Hola, that guy. Hola, Chloe. Good morning, Chloe. Hope you're eating your Lucky Charms today. I'm going down to get some Lucky Charms at the breakfast, and I think that's about it. Good morning, Unholy Toledo. Malpal, we're coming to see you very soon, within a week, and the 15th will be in San Diego. I cannot wait to cross over the California border. Whoop-de-doo for me. Okay, Kevin, I thought you were the cousin of Raphael. Kevin's the cousin of everybody, George. George loves Kevin. Okay, well, we'll give him a big kiss for you today because we're going to get to pick him up at the airport. We're so lucky. Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious. They certainly are. They have a lot more marshmallows than they used to. They have a lot more kinds. Rainbows, they have unicorns, they have, what else do they have, Chloe? Chloe's eating them now. I'm the cousin of Chad Hastings. All right. Oh, he said he is the cousin of Devers. This is Raphael's cousin.
Is Kevin in the chat room?
Kevin's here in the chat room. What do you want me to say?
No, just tell him we'll be there.
We'll be there at 9:49 to pick you up. United Airlines. Can't wait. Oh, Malpal's cousin was married to Tim Bogar.
Oh, okay.
How do you say it?
B-O-G, Tim Bogart.
Tim Bogar.
Shortstop.
Mm-hmm. Ken Flammy is here. Nice to see you, Ken. Everybody, let's more people. I got to scroll down. Unholy Toledo and Dr. Z. Morning, Dr. Z. And morning, Unholy Toledo. And it makes Malpal not famous, but you will be famous when Lenny gets his camera on you because you know Lenny. So we look forward to seeing you down in San Diego, La Jolla area. And Unholy, his cousin married Dean Jagger's nephew. How about it?
Andrea married a legend.
And I married a legend. I even bought Lenny Legend deodorant, okay? They have a flavor. They have a flavor of deodorant, Legend. So I bought it for Lenny, and now he smells like a legend. So on that note, everybody, have a great day. We will see you tomorrow morning. Hopefully with Kevin. We'll be up at 6 a.m. doing this podcast with us, and we will be off to see some games. Former great Met, Tim Bogart. Everybody loves him. Okay. Malpal, you're famous to us. Talk soon, everybody. Enjoy a great day of baseball everywhere.